Wednesday,
my dudes,
and welcome to the PHNX Sun Devils show. I'm Anthony Dotry.
There you are.
Joined as always by Big Pokey himself. Wow, that was good. That was real good. How's your day been, Shane?
I'm good. Can we do a clearing?
A clearing of what?
Can I help you become a better person?
I'm kind of scared for what you're about to say.
When I do something funny or something good happens on the show, don't suck the life out of it by saying, that was awesome, man. Good job.
No, I'd like to give you your props, recognition for being awesome.
Give them to me after the show.
No, because I am very forgetful, so I forget shit.
It's boring, but it's part of my life.
What, the cool stuff you do?
Yep.
I would argue you do like the most cool stuff of anybody here.
Yeah, it's boring, but it's part of my life.
Help! Shane is on one today. Oh my goodness. Okay, guys, we have a lot to get into today. Arizona State President Michael Crow said some things about the failed Apple media rights deal. We've also got some comments from Big 12 Commissioner Brett Yormark. He, I guess, had a phone call with the one and only George Kliavkoff. So we've got that sound as well.
Can we start referring to George Kliavkoff as Special K?
Special K. That has been denied by Leah, so we're not gonna do that.
It's a great nickname.
We're also going to be getting into the Arizona State quarterback competition. They had a scrimmage over at Mountain America Stadium today, so we're going to go through the pros and cons of each one of those quarterbacks that's potentially starting, and then we're going to round things out by doing exactly what Shane tweeted: Big 12 mascot tier list, because everybody on social media seems to love the tier list that we do. So we'll get into that.
I have bad news for Iowa State fans.
Oh, no. All right, let's go ahead and start things off here with Arizona State President Michael Crow. Shane, it feels like we haven't had to worry about the Pac-12 media rights deal with George Kliavkoff for a couple weeks now, and it's been kind of refreshing to not have to worry about when's the deal happening. Hey, 2 weeks from now. When's the deal happening?
Well,
Another 2 weeks from now.
We don't have to be worried at all anymore.
We don't have to, but like I feel like
Daddy Yormark saving us.
Stop it! Don't call him Daddy Yormark, man.
Why?
Because if we ever get him on the show, you're setting it up for me to play the clip where you called him Daddy Yormark. And if you don't think that I will do that, you're fucking mistaken.
You won't, because what did you say at the start of the show? Oh, you already forgot. You're forgetful.
No, but when you call the Big 12 commissioner Daddy, I am definitely gonna have that in my back pocket.
There's a difference between calling him Daddy and calling him Daddy Yormark.
I would argue that there isn't. There isn't, though. Okay, so Arizona State President Michael Crow, we know that he was a big proponent in terms of keeping the Pac-12 together. He liked the Apple deal that was presented to the Pac-12, so he had just a little bit more details, and he shared his thoughts with Arizona Sports earlier. So this is what Michael Crow had to say on the failed Apple deal.
We had what I thought was a great offer from Apple. Most of the fan base didn't think it was a great a great deal, but I don't think they knew that much about it. So basically what the Apple deal was Apple would spend $500 million in the first year to take all the football games, all the men's basketball games, and all the women's basketball games in the Pac-12, digitally capture them and make them available to everyone. And you could play the games whenever you wanted to play them. That's a huge thing. And all of the data from those games would be available. So you could zoom in on Mike Broomhead, the player. You could zoom in on, great plays. You could be watching all the games at the same time if you wanted. There was going to be a fee for that, and that was the big uncertainty. And then a guarantee of a certain price, a certain income to the schools, and then a joint partnership going forward of anything above the guarantee would be a 50-50 split. So from my perspective, you kept the Pac-12 together as a regional conference, and then you'd have this whole new way to broadcast digitally all of your content. Most of us thought that was a pretty good deal, including me. Along the way, others didn't think that was a good deal. Maybe that Apple shouldn't do that. And so at the last second, the Big Ten, working, I would guess, with their media groups, picked off two teams.
Yeah. It's because he spoke recently. It's nothing new. I don't know. It's Michael Crow. Can we scroll up to a comment somebody else had? Let the record reflect that Michael Crow has supported Larry Scott in his ineptitude for an extended time frame. I better hear some accountability if you're throwing anybody under the bus. That's something we talked about on the show so many times, that he just never wanted to let go of. Him and Larry Scott were like this, and he never wanted to let go of the Pac in general. and he was going to hang on until the final breath that the Pac left. Like it was always his plan. So
Larry Scott in the Pac-12 was Michael Crow's first love. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it was, and he was trying to hang on to a broken relationship for far too long. And I think now that's why people look at Michael Crow and the Arizona State Athletic Department the way they do, as, you know, just being tied and stuck in their ways. And something that I think a lot of people got from what Crow had to say there that was kind of funny was at the start of it when he's explaining this Apple deal of the $500 million and like, oh, you can do this, and they're going to have the basketball games and the football games, and you can watch them wherever. Mike, that's what streaming is.
All right,
that's
I'm not doing this.
What are you not doing?
He knows what streaming is.
Then why is he explaining? Because that's how it came across. Everybody knows what streaming is.
I know. But he's hammering home the why he thinks it's a good deal. I'm not backing him. I'm not defending him. But let's not act like one of the smartest men in the state of Arizona, regardless of what you think he does for sports, doesn't know what fucking streaming is, Totri.
Like, this is not just me.
I know. But so many people are latching onto that. Like, come on, man. He knows what streaming is. Like, don't nitpick. I get it. Like, we want a tabloid, and we want to do this, and we want to bring up this part. Like, oh, dude, the president of a university that's talking about media rights deal, did he not even know what streaming was before the deal was brought to? No, he knew what it was. He was just hammering home the point. And I get it. It did come across like that. But let's be real. Do you really?
No, I think he knows what streaming is. But I still, at the end of the day, I think it is funny the way that it was phrased. And
yes, it was that. That's fine. You can think that. Because it was funny the way it was phrased.
And I think this is another point of him, again, I don't have any issue with him doing the interview. That is not my gripe.
Yeah.
My gripe with what he said is that he's throwing schools under the bus. He's throwing very clearly Oregon, Washington, and the Big Ten under the bus for what they did. I disagree entirely with doing that. We got Mike Luke.
Back the A,
oh my gosh. Get out of here, Mike. I thought you left for Tucson a half hour ago, man.
I forgot the $20 parking back.
So my gripe is with that, right? That he's throwing schools under the bus. And at the end of the day, you're in the Big 12 now, man. Like, you have a new commissioner, you have your TV deal, whatever. There's no reason to discuss this anymore.
Yeah, I mean, he's just sour about the whole thing.
But why are you sour?
Because he was wrong. Because he was very wrong.
So, but just own that then. Like, there's
can't.
You can. You can be like, look, I was fighting for this till the end.
He can't.
Why? Why can't he?
Because of pride, man. That's what this whole thing has been about.
Pride, man.
I'm not saying it's the right thing. It's just like that's why he's not owning it. I'm giving you an answer. Like he can't swallow his pride, and it sucks, and that's why. I mean, he deserves to get all of the criticisms, 100%. Like, but that's why.
And it's also another thing. At least again, this is Glenn and Chad. I wouldn't be in a rush to get back to Tucson if I was Mike.
I was thinking of something to say, to try to make a joke, and that's good. That's what it was.
As Arizona State, there is, and you're one of these new schools, there are a lot of eyes on the Pac-12 schools heading to the Big 12. And even the schools that aren't necessarily coming from the Pac to the Big 12, but schools that are getting ready to be a part of the Big 12, whether that be this year or next year and for years to come. There are a lot of eyes and opinions and perceptions about you. And Arizona State already has a little bit of a perception, at least based off of what Ray Anderson said about Morgantown, West Virginia. And we can understand that it was a joke. It was nothing crazy, but it was spun a certain way. So there's already an opinion about Arizona State's administration going to the Big 12. I don't think that at this point, this helps people's perceptions of Arizona State going to the Big 12. It looks like Michael Crow is still salty that he had to leave the Pac-12.
It doesn't look like it. He is.
You just don't need that. You just do not need that now if you're the university.
He is. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't think this is going to really do anything. Like, it's sure might be a bad look for a little bit, but
I wish there was just a good look for Arizona State for like a second.
There has been some good looks in things outside of this,
the administration.
No, in things outside of the conference realignment.
Yeah.
They built a nice new hockey facility.
Yeah.
They have a naming rights partner for Sun Devil Stadium, which some people might hate, but it brings in more money to the school. Their NIL game has increased a ton.
Yeah, that is very true.
Yeah, let's not act like everything's going bad just because of a couple bad apples. God,
Yeah, that was good. That was good. You just teed it up beautifully. I do want to move on to Big 12 Commissioner Brett Yormark because I saw that he spoke with a podcast about the conversation that he had with George Kliavkoff. He said some interesting things, and I think it's really unique that we've got a commissioner that is getting ready to. I want to say this is actually his 1 year anniversary, whether that be today or a few days from now, of being the commissioner of the Big 12, and he doesn't hold anything back. You talk about like two commissioners that are totally separate. It looks like in practice, it's kind of funny.
Well, he's also just like not like any commissioner. Like he's not this older guy who came from like law and whatever all the other commissioners like fucking Rock Nation. Like he's a badass. I don't know. He's a dude.
Yeah,
fella.
He is a dude.
Brett Yormark.
He is a fella.
Daddy Yormark.
Okay. This is what... Stop it, dude. This is what the guy, Brett Yormark,
fella,
had to say about his conversation with George Kliavkoff.
I texted George, reached out to him, and effectively I said, hey, I'm sorry it came down to this. And I'm sorry I put you in a tough position, but this was something that, we had to do. And I'm sorry that my gain is your loss. And we had a very collegial conversation. George was fantastic. I didn't do it. Expansion didn't happen in someone's shadow. It didn't happen at night. It wasn't a shock and awe moment. Everyone knew the Big 12 had an appetite to expand. And I maybe some people in the industry didn't like that I was so intentional about it, but I'm very transparent. In fact, I telegraphed it. And I just felt that was the right way to do it versus other things that I witnessed and observed in our industry over time, where transparency really wasn't really what happened.
We love that. We love communication, especially coming out of a toxic relationship where there was communication, but mostly just lying. It's good to communicate with your partner, right, Todri?
It is.
It's good to.
Well, I don't know if we should be talking to me about like that kind of advice.
Why?
I'm not good at that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm more of Kliavkoff.
Leah. Leah's my girlfriend.
Okay, yeah.
We're pretty communicative.
Yeah.
It's a pretty important thing.
Can you back that up, Leah?
It's a pretty important thing.
Yes.
Okay. So you both are Brett Yormark in the situation? Or is one of you the Big 12 and one of you is Brett Yormark?
It's not. I don't want to do that.
I would say we are both Brett Yormark.
Okay. I'm just saying if something is going wrong, it is important to communicate what's going wrong and why it is a problem.
Yeah.
And that's what the Big 12 Commissioner Brett Yormark was doing. He's transparent. He's going to tell you straight, hey, I'm going to take your school because I'm not happy.
At least he was apologetic about it, too.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I'm sorry that my gain was your loss.
What cereal would Brett Yormark be if
Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes versus Special K? Yeah.
Yeah. Frosted Flakes wins.
Oh, by
11 days out of 10. Yeah, no.
He's also Reese's Puffs and Cookie Crisp and Count Chocula and
I'm not a big fan of chocolate cereal.
Yeah, I'm not either. Yeah. I'm just like naming sweet sugary.
Okay.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch is the best cereal
by far. Not even close.
Not even close.
Raisin Bran is a slept-on cereal.
Raisin Bran is elite.
It is so good.
Yep.
I love the
honey bunches of oats.
Oh, my Cheerios, Trix.
I wish it was like okay to eat. It's just not good for you at all.
What, cereal?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish it was okay to eat like mass amounts of cereal.
Yeah. Like even like honey bunches of oats, not good for you at all.
No.
Don't do that.
No. Or people that eat the Rice Krispie cereal. Ooh. Oh, no, it's not good at all. Not good at all. But yeah, I think, look, you're seeing the difference in two commissioners, and I think this is big, maybe not necessarily for fans of Big 12 teams already, but when you are coming from a conference like the Pac-12, your Colorado, your Utah, your Arizona State, and for the last few, not even the last few years, for several years now, you've dealt with multiple commissioners who feel like they're pretty incompetent, and that they don't necessarily have the conference's best interests in mind. So it is unique from the perspective of Arizona State. And I would argue that it is more unique from Arizona State's perspective than any of the other teams going to the Big 12, simply because we know that Michael Crow and Ray Anderson were, again, they wanted to stay in the Pac-12.
It's like a kid throwing a fit that he's at Disneyland. Not even Disneyland. I'm not called Big 12.
You're at the grocery store.
Well, no, the SEC. Well, yeah, but before you're at the grocery store, the SEC is not. The SEC is Disneyland. let's say like they're throwing a fit that they're going to like Knott's Berry Farm or something. Like, I don't want to. Why am I here? I was so happy at the DMV. The DMV was so fun. I'm a 5-year-old kid and I love paperwork.
Yeah, you get the kid a brand new toy and he wants to play with the wrapper.
Yeah,
of the toy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what this is like.
Swallowing
You're
it.
like,
It's like
Mike,
a choking
come on, Mike. Like, look
George,
at the toy. Yeah.
Come on, George.
God damn it, man. It's a unique situation, and I think this is only going to get more unique and interesting as the weeks and months follow. I think especially when you start to see George Kliavkoff maybe get out there and start to talk about this, because I don't know about you, Shane, but I haven't seen Kliavkoff come out and really say anything in terms of an interview the way that Yormark has as it relates to the Pac-12 and where it stands now. And I think a lot of that is because he knows he's about to get grilled for 8 teams leaving the conference. 3/4 of the Pac-12 is somewhere else now.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really to say for him right now. He messed up and like he got caught with the pants down. Like there's just
it was a royal fuck up.
Yeah,
is what it was.
Yeah,
and George Kliavkoff needs to be held accountable. And I don't know how that's at this point. I don't know who can hold him accountable anymore, because the conferences are the teams have left. So maybe I think them leaving, Larry Scott. Jeez, I think Larry Scott's sitting at a bar somewhere just enjoying the fallout of all of this,
hanging out.
Or he's just hanging out. Yeah. Like, I really don't know, but I think it is certainly going to play out to be super, super interesting.
Glenn saying, her Daddy Yormark is open to the idea of having conference games in Vegas. Yeah, we talked about that a bit yesterday. Daddy Yormark also, maybe New York, go to Barclays Center, where he used to be he did something there. He's the CEO of Brooklyn Sports Entertainment. So, worked with Jay-Z. That's how Rock Nation happened. Anyway, there's some connections there. I don't think he would be, that just wouldn't make sense, but it'd be fun.
It would be a lot of fun. Guys, something else that is a lot of fun is going to games or shows or concerts.
That is fun.
And you know where you guys should get your tickets? Game Time.
Ooh, you know what? I'm looking at concert tickets for a concert in November, and I got to see if they're on Game Time.
Guys, it is the perfect place for last-minute tickets. I went to a concert a couple weeks ago and just got an unbelievable deal on tickets that were realistically hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And I did it just about 2 days before the concert. So definitely check out Game Time. Guys, it's the fastest growing ticketing app in the country for a reason. Snag the tickets without the stress with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code PHNX for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply again. Create an account and redeem code PHNX for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Looking at tickets for the concert, and there are better prices than what I was seeing before. And their center.
That's pretty phenomenal.
Pretty great. And look at the tickets around it. It's like $150. Fantastic. It's
exciting.
Got
some phenomenal deals over on Game Time, guys.
And also, whoa.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. Guys, I got to tell you about something else before I get there.
Oh,
Shady Rays. Let's put some Shady Rays on to block out
the haters.
Not even the haters, just like the sun, because it's hot outside. It's hot. Maybe get some rain this weekend. Shady Rays, listen up. What if you added an extension that you could put on your sunglasses that had a windshield wiper?
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, for the people in the PNW. But yeah, Shady Rays, it's your one-stop shop for anything sunglasses or blue light glasses or even prescription glasses. They just have so much great options in stock, and you can come to their Keelan Commons location to get everything there, and you can try them on in person. It's fantastic. If you don't love your Shady Rays, you can exchange them for a new pair or return them for free within 30 days. There's no risk when you shop. Their team always has you back, and exclusively for you guys, our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. Go to shadyrays.com and use code PHNX for 50. That's 50% off. 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 250,000 people. All text in the chat saying Game Time is actually the best. Yes, it is.
Definitely go get some Shady Rays.
Lee and I when we were in Anaheim, we got tickets to the Angels game.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, Angels Mariners.
Game Time is fire. That's exactly
Game Time
what
is
it
fire.
Let's talk about
fireworks night.
That night?
Yeah, we were walking back to my car, and the fireworks were going off. Thank you, Game Time. They put a firework emoji next to the games that are fireworks nights.
Wow. Yeah. Game Time really is the best, guys. Couple things. So we're going to be talking about Arizona State, their quarterback competition right now. A little bit later in the show, we've got that Big 12 mascot tier list, so definitely stay locked in for that. But starting with Arizona State, Shane, we are now 15 days away from kickoff. And with that, we still don't have a starting quarterback named. Does that scare you at all? Or maybe not scare you, but leave you a little bit more concerned. No?
Nah, it's fine. I mean, like, this team is already learning, like, everything on the fly.
Yeah.
Because of the first-year coach, and it's not just a normal, easy offense to learn. It's really complicated. There's a lot of movement, and, like, it's going to be hard for anybody. And I also don't think that there's a huge discrepancy in, like, if football were to have a WAR stat, wins above replacement, I don't think there's a huge discrepancy in WAR between the two players. Like, I think, Rashada is going to be, because assuming that Pyne isn't going to be ready for the start of the season, you get a guy like Rashada who is going to, make some big plays, but also there's going to be some unforced errors.
Yeah.
And then a guy like Bourguet who might not have that 60-yard dot down the field that he can throw on a rope with no effort like Rashada can, but he's going to, conduct your offense more like a typical Kenny quarterback.
Yeah, no, there are definitely pros and cons to all of these quarterbacks, and I think it is going to be really interesting to see really their progression, because I think each one of them, like you said, brings something a little bit different. And I think Kenny had said it in the past, right? They all bring something a little bit different. Jaden Rashada obviously has a cannon of the arm, by far the best arm on this Arizona State roster. And then you go ahead and you look at Trenton Bourguet and what he brings from just a football IQ perspective.
And just experience.
And the experience, again. And look, in reality, when it comes to a quarterback competition, whether a coach tells you outright who the favorite is, Trenton Bourguet was here last year. Jaden Rashada and Drew Pyne weren't, which means that Trenton Bourguet, at least in my mind, has a leg up because of that, and with some of his teammates as well because of that.
Well, how many guys on offense can you name that did anything last year? Elijah Badger,
Jalen Conyers, Asaya Glass.
Well, okay, sorry, skill position guys that he's going to have.
Elijah Badger, Jalen Conyers, Gio Sanders. Tevin White didn't really do anything last year, but he's still here.
Well, he played in a half a game.
Yeah. I mean, yes, I understand Elijah Badger, Gio, and Jalen is really the extent of that list.
And they're all learning a new offense.
But with that said, those are probably the three, or at least two of them are the two most influential players on the team.
For sure, but like that leg up isn't a full leg up anymore. It's like a peg leg up.
It's a peg leg?
He's barely got an advantage, I think.
Yeah, and I don't know if he's got that advantage anymore. I think that was maybe what he had going into the spring. Yeah. But we have seen, and I think we're going through, right? Let's start with Trenton Bourguet, why don't we? Because he looks healthy, and it looks like, at least in my mind, he is still the favorite to be the starting quarterback for Arizona State. Bourguet, as it stands right now. And I think fans saw it at Camp T, right? He is not going to blow you away with his arm, but where he is going to blow you away is the fact that he's not going to have any unforced errors. Right. This is a guy that is going to dink and dunk his way all the way down the field. Uh-huh. And when you look at the stat sheet at the end of the game, he's got 30 completions and 350 yards. And you found a way to win the game.
Yeah.
Or you're going to look at it like we're dinking and dunking our way down the field, but it's not enough to get us back in the game. I think Trenton Bourguet is a great quarterback to have when you are a team with the lead. But when you're trying to play from behind, I have just questions in terms of, is Trenton Bourguet the guy that's going to lead you to a game-winning comeback when you have some of those throws, and you need maybe a guy like a Jaden Rashada to really complete the long ball, or you need a guy like Drew Pyne who can extend some plays with his legs and make some stuff happen?
No, you can't, Tony. There needs to be a nickname for a guy that dinks and dunks. Like Cheerios is like dink.
Dunkaroos.
No, because that has dunk in it.
Yeah, dink and dunk.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want dunk in.
Double D. No?
Okay, we're done with that. Donald, I got bad news for you. He says, we need to have a starter name by 10 days left, and where I feel concerned. Well, Kenny said he predicts a starter by Thursday.
Next Thursday.
So, which is how many? 7 days before the game.
That would put us at the 20... Wait. Let me see if I'm doing the math on this.
24th.
No, I'm not. Yeah,
just
24,
7.
Yeah, no, I know.
Okay.
I'm bad. For some reason, I want to say 10, but that's not right.
Josh in the chat saying, I think it was Pyne, and then an injury threw a wrench in it. Everyone's saying that because Kenny, what was the quote? He said he had an idea, now it's up in the air. I don't put too much stock into that. Kenny's Kenny. I don't know. Yeah.
So let's go ahead and talk about Drew.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking Oreo, but I don't know.
You can just call him Cookie Chris.
Ooh. I kind of like Cookie. You know, that was my nickname in elementary school.
Really?
Swear to God.
Wow. That's a hell of a
nickname. You know why?
To have.
Guess.
Why it was?
Yeah. Because I loved eating cookies.
Well, no, that's fair enough, man. Fair enough. Donald Chat. Well, I can live with 7 days. Hello. Well, that's what
you're gonna have.
It looks like it is going to be. Moving on to Drew Pyne, a guy that I think there's still a question mark on if he is going to be ready for that first game. We haven't really gotten an update from Kenny Dillingham.
I would be so shocked if he is.
Since there was the minor hamstring tear at Camp T. But what do you think in terms of a pros and cons perspective that Drew Pyne provides this team?
Drew Pyne is a sound technical quarterback. He's very sound in all of his techniques and mechanics. So that's a big pro. Another pro is his escapability is very underrated. He can get out of the pocket and move. He can throw on the run pretty well. And the last pro is he's just a guy who's seen a lot of different things. And whether that be on-field experience, sure, it's there, but it's not as much as you would hope for a guy that's transferring from Notre Dame. But he's just seen a lot of different looks. Notre Dame being an independent team, or being independent as a school, you see a lot of different types of football. You're not playing in the Big Ten. You're not playing in the Big 12. You're not playing in the Pac-12. You're not playing in just SEC. You're seeing all of these different looks, and that definitely benefits. Now, from a cons perspective, he, again, not the best athlete. Definitely undersized. And just, coming from Notre Dame, a big school, didn't have the success you would expect from a Notre Dame starting quarterback. And I know it's starter because he filled in for people, but from a guy that played significant snaps in Notre Dame, just the tape doesn't really blow you away. With that being said, I think he would be a great option.
Yeah.
I think any of these guys are, but it's hard to say. It's really hard to say who I would throw out there if all of them were healthy.
Look, there are pros and cons to all these guys. And Drew Pyne, I think he's got a really quick release. He gives you that element of a spread passing game, which I think is really, really nice. But going to look at some of that Notre Dame tape, right? And you look at just the way Notre Dame played when he was at the helm. And obviously this is a team that was a top 25 team. But my only concern is Drew Pyne's numbers weren't great, and Notre Dame's defense was phenomenal. Notre Dame's offensive line, one of the best in the nation. Notre Dame's skill guys, the best in the nation. They have the offensive line. Yeah, they have some just of the best athletes in the country go to Notre Dame. So if you can't necessarily succeed with some of those guys on the roster, what makes you believe that you can succeed here at Arizona State? So again, that's not necessarily a total knock. It's just a question of concern, and I think maybe at some point we'll get the chance to see it. But right now, it really is a TBD.
You like making fun of Cal, right?
I love making fun of Cal.
Well, go watch Drew Pyne against Cal. That is a horror story for both.
Yeah, game wasn't great.
No,
wasn't great at all.
He was pretty bad.
Yeah,
but again, that was the worst Drew Pyne ever. I think
everybody has their days,
and I think he's improved a bunch. And another thing to add on top of this is, I think everybody's overall, so to speak, goes up by 5 with Kenny. I just think he's just a quarterback whisperer. The offense is built for success around quarterbacks.
We've seen it with Bo Nix, Jordan Travis, etc.
My Heisman winner.
There we go. We're going to get to those Big 12 tier list mascot. That sentence was just awful.
We're gonna rank the Big 12 mascots here.
There we go. We're gonna get to that here in a second. But the pros and cons of Jaden Rashada. I mean, the arm obviously speaks for itself, and I think
that's the biggest pro out of any of these quarterbacks.
And see, I would argue it is not. I would argue it's the second biggest pro, behind the fact that he has developed so fast. From the time that he came to Arizona State in week 1 in the spring to now, he has elevated his game dramatically. And I think that is something that if you are Kenny Dillingham, you have to take into consideration, right? Because if Jaden Rashada is your quarterback of the future, You're going to want to get this kid as many game reps as you possibly can playing for next year, the year after that, right? So there is that situation of like, okay, we could go Drew Pyne, we could go Trenton Bourguet. If there's not too big of a difference among these three quarterbacks, then I think you almost go with a guy like Jaden Rashada because
you do.
He can get that experience. And you talked about it. Probably his second biggest pro is the fact that he's got an absolute cannon of an arm.
I think from physical traits, that's the biggest pro out of any of these guys. Like, and I know people have seen tape and seen, if you were at Camp T, you saw the throws he made, and you've seen highlights on Twitter. It does not do it justice. I mean, watching him day in and day out, the flick of the wrist, it is NFL arm talent, and you don't have that on this roster, and you haven't had that on this roster since Jaden Daniels. Like, Jaden Daniels had a great deep ball, flick of the wrist, moon ball, beautiful. Jaden Rashada has a chance to have a better deep ball than that. Jaden Rashada's deep ball already shows flashes of talent that are higher, have a higher ceiling than what Jaden Daniels'
Kenny said it.
Deep ball was. Not him in general. I haven't seen enough of him play because Jaden Daniels was a freak as a freshman. But
Kenny said he makes NFL-like throws at times.
He does.
And he does.
100%. He has made some throws to the post or corner balls that are just ridiculous.
Yeah, the window is very, very small, and he makes it happen. So it is, look, the quarterback competition is again ongoing, and I think it is only going to intensify and heat up as things move forward. And as we get closer, again, 15 days till Arizona State kicks off for the first time under head coach Kenny Dillingham. So stay locked in, because you know where all your fall camp needs are going to be is going to be right here over at PHNX Sun Devils. Guys, before we get to our tier list, want to tell you guys.
Whoa.
What?
We just did pros for Rashada. We didn't do cons, then we didn't do pros and cons for Bourguet.
No, I thought we started with pros with Bourguet. Did we not?
No.
Okay. What are the cons?
Well, we got to do cons for Rashada.
You're right. We do got to do the cons.
So
I got too excited. Sorry.
Yeah. The biggest con for Rashada is just the lack of experience. Obviously, as a freshman, as a true freshman, he's made some pretty questionable decisions, and then those have become more few and far between recently, especially in the last week, the last 3 practices even. But he still does make some bad decisions that a veteran like Bourguet or Pyne wouldn't make. Another thing is his ball is pretty erratic. Like, the throws that are off.
You're talking Rashada?
Yeah. They are off. Like, if he's trying to throw a 15-yard out, that thing might go 20 yards and
be a mile over someone's head.
Yeah. And those will turn into really bad interceptions, basically arm punts, which you don't want to turn the ball over in a Pac-12 where the offenses are so high-powered.
Yeah.
So those are the 2 biggest things. A couple things with his footwork, but nothing like that that it can't be fixed. And I think, again, one of the biggest pros is the fact that he has so much time to learn.
Yeah, absolutely. What about Bourguet? What about in terms of
size is a con? I mean, but it wasn't as big as a con as you would think. Another thing that people underestimate is the not having any tape on a guy really does throw you. Like, that's why he looked so good in that Washington game. There was no tape on him. And I'm not trying to take anything away from him, because he was great. He made all the right decisions. He made some great throws. But not having tape on a guy hurts. So somebody brought it up in the chat earlier, but teams are going to make him throw. They're gonna stack the box and make him throw over people.
Yeah.
Because he is a shorter guy. Same with Pyne. So size is a huge thing. But like, he's been dealing with size his entire life. I'm not concerned that much by it. A big pro is obviously the experience.
And the mind he has.
Yeah, the mind and the chemistry. The chemistry is probably the biggest pro he has, is the chemistry with the 2 guys we talked about, Bourguet or Conyers and Badger. Like, and he's able to develop that, and he teaches Rashada, and he teaches the younger players on this team. So he's a natural leader as well.
Yeah, no, I think that is something that you really like to see when it comes to a quarterback that is, working to potentially be a starter, is the fact that this is a guy that doesn't get rattled very easily. And it's because kind of what Kenny points out is he is hoping that these quarterbacks eventually, it is so methodical that it is a system. It's an equation, right? If you see this type of coverage going into it and your reads are as follows, 1, 2, 3, and you've got a will linebacker lined up over the tight end or something like that, you already know you can cross off a certain option, right? So it really is an equation. And I think of all the quarterbacks, I think Trenton Bourguet is the closest to really having that equation down. So again, we'll see what happens. I still think the favorite is Trenton Bourguet, but
yeah, I would say so too.
I would argue though that Jaden Rashada, this is the closest he's been in this conversation.
It's not even close.
Of being 100%. A starter, and this has changed wildly over the last couple of weeks, not just because Drew Pyne's injury, but because of the way Jaden Rashada has played over the last week.
Yeah,
he's played himself into this competition.
Couple of comments. First, Glenn saying Rashada's probably the best when the pocket breaks down between them three. I would say Pyne is. I think Pyne just has that sixth sense.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Behind him. And Glenn also said is Rashada's weight is like on 100%. He needs to put on more weight. But I mean, the ASU strength and conditioning staff is very capable of that. I talked to a couple of young freshmen about how much weight they put on. Josiah Cox said he's already put on 25 pounds.
That's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Donald knows. Donald heard us. Let's not forget, Kenny will scheme motherfuckers open.
Like he said. Yeah,
he will.
Sure.
He will.
But you can scheme a motherfucker open all you want. If a motherfucker can't get the ball there, it doesn't matter.
Right. You're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, like I said earlier, guys, it is certainly going to be interesting. The next week and change to potentially getting a starting quarterback for Arizona State is only going to intensify.
Now let's talk about something that means something.
Circle K. Let's tell you about our friends over at Circle K.
True Special K.
I'm there literally every single day, not just for gas, but for all the great deals they have
and 2 times
on snacks and drinks. Yes. Every single day, twice on Sundays for an energy drink, and maybe a Gatorade or a Powerade. And while we're on the topic of Powerade, guys, I got a great deal right now. Buy Powerade at 4 for $5 and be entered, and you could be one of 10 finalists entered to win a 2023 Ford Big Bend Bronco SUV. Also got some great deals on Monster energy drinks. Buy 2, get 1 free on those. And then as we inch closer to the weekend, maybe stop at a Circle K, get some Beatbox hard teas. Buy 2, get 1 free, guys. Make sure you're not missing out
tomorrow
on all of the great stuff right now. Text PHNX to 31310. I'm going to say it for our friends who are hard of hearing right now. Text PHNX to 31310 to join their SMS subscriber club and get a buy one, get one free offer on 32-ounce Polar Pop. Circle K, guys. It is America's thirst shop.
Yep, and I am your watering hole for everything betting.
You're the watering hole?
Yep, I got a pick of the week for you guys.
Ooh, let's go.
How many games, question, Anthony, how many games have the Kansas City Royals won? They have
all year?
Yep. They have
how many games have been played?
They have 82 losses. How many wins do they have?
37.
39.
Damn, I was close.
They have 39 wins. They are a bad baseball team. You know who's not a bad baseball team? Your Seattle Mariners. Luis Castillo, good pitcher, good at pitching, really good at pitching. He's pitching tonight. So give me the Mariners -1.5 at -130 at BetMGM. Guys, go ahead and use that bonus code PHNX because when you sign up with that bonus code, new customers, you can get, depending on where you live, because for our Arizona audience, you can place your first bet offer and receive up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if it loses. It's the best place to bet on baseball. It's going to be the best place to bet on regular season football. It's the best place to place all of your futures for the NFL, for college football. Jordan Travis, win that Heisman, plus like 1,500, something crazy. Right now at BetMGM. Use that bonus code PHNX. Check out the show notes for full details, and now listen to me talk about the disclaimer. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Colorado, D.C., Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Wyoming. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369 New York. Call 1-800-327-5050 Massachusetts. 21 plus to wager. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP Arizona. 1-800-522-4700 Nevada. 1-800-BETS-OFF Iowa. 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help Michigan. 1-800-981-0023 Puerto Rico. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. U.S. promotional offers not available in D.C., Kansas, Nevada, New York, or Ontario.
Or Ontario. There you go. Paul
Leah was just talking about how attentive she is and how much she pays attention to things and then just forgot to unmute us when she was telling us that.
Paul the chat. I thought they were actually going to talk to Michael Crow. So if you're looking for the Michael Crow audio, that is at the start of the show. You can listen to him talk about that Apple deal. Or you can just stay locked in right here.
Hey, it's not for a lack of trying, Paul.
Oh, yeah. Trust me. We
got Ray.
We've
talked to Ray on the program before. Our next step is Mr. Crow.
I want to talk to Ray again.
Dr. Crow, excuse me.
I want to talk to Ray again. We're definitely going to talk to Ray again sometime soon. But let's get into the Big 12 mascot tier list. Tier lists have been just a lot of fun as of late. And you made this tier list, did you not?
I did make this tier. Well, I mean, I made the template for this tier list.
Made the template for the tier list. Okay, let's go ahead and pull this up and see what we can do.
If you're hearing screaming, it's because the D-backs just did something. They're playing the Rockies. I don't know why they're so excited.
We have all 16 on here, yeah?
Should be. I don't know where the rest of them are.
Are they, let's see.
1, 2, 3,
I'm
4,
bad at
5,
counting.
6,
I don't know if that's
7,
16.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm missing somebody. That's okay. We can figure out who I'm missing.
Okay, let's go ahead. So we've got S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, and D tier. The very first mascot that we have on this thing, the far left, that looks like...
That's the Iowa State
Cy the Cardinal.
And I'm so sorry. But it's a terrible mascot.
You don't like Cy?
It's a clone of the Louisville mascot.
Or is the Louisville mascot...
I don't know, but this mascot's teeth are too big and they're like painted on. He's ugly. I'll put him at C.
Okay, I can live with a C. I can live with a C.
Sorry, Iowa State
I don't
fans.
think it's a D tier mascot.
I promise Iowa State that I'm not like, I don't hate you guys. I promise.
I think you do.
No, I don't. I promise I don't. Tornadoes, I love you when you listen back to this because I know you're gonna.
Okay. Next on this list is that...
That is the worst, I think.
That's so hard to see.
That is Pistol Pete.
Oh, that's Pistol Pete?
Yes, that's
Oh, okay.
Oklahoma State's mascot.
How do you feel about Pistol Pete?
Not great. He's probably the worst mascot ever.
The worst mascot ever?
Dog, he has, I got a soft spot for him, but look, his head is so big.
His head is massive.
The vintage mascot's great. This one's terrifying.
Oh, gosh. I'm
putting him at D. He's scary.
Yeah,
Maybe we could even add another tier that just says scary.
That just says Pistol Pete?
Well, no, it just says scary.
I'm cool putting Pistol Pete in the D tier.
Yeah.
I have no issue with Pistol Pete there. Okay. Who do we got next?
This is Utah's mascot.
This is Utah's mascot. This is Swoop. This is Swoop.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just a bird wearing a football uniform. Like, cool.
Yeah,
C.
You're not a big mascot guy.
I'm not a big unimaginative mascot guy. And if you're gonna be imaginative, make it not scary.
I'm comfortable putting Swoop in the C tier.
Yeah,
he's fine. He's fine. He's fine.
Well, is that B though? Because he's not bad.
I think, again, a C is an average. I think that is an average mascot. I don't think that deserves above average.
Well, B is mascot. B is average on this then.
Why? Because a C is excellent, an A is an A, a B is above average. C
Looking
is
at this now, I don't know who I'm gonna put as a good mascot.
Oh, I've got some that we can argue about.
We'll put Swoop in C.
Yeah, Swoop is C.
All right, BYU.
Cosmo the Cougar.
Again, I'm not like, it doesn't move the needle for me. He just looks like every other mountain lion mascot.
You're just not a mascot guy, dude.
Well, I'm a huge mascot guy, but like he just looks like every other mountain lion mascot.
Yeah, you're right. He is,
but he's a good one.
Is he?
He's a good mountain lion mascot. Yeah.
He's average. He's average too. He's just as average as the birds.
I prefer Butch, Washington State's Cougar.
This Cougar is a C as well. This is it's the epitome of an average mascot. I have no issue with putting him C here. Okay, is this Baylor that we have next?
Yep.
Okay, so we've got Bruiser.
Bruiser.
I think just based off the name alone, Bruiser deserves to be slightly above in a B.
He's a B. B for Baylor. Come on now.
Thank you. I appreciated that. No, look, this is like, in terms of the mascots that we've already discussed, this one isn't bad. This one is just, it doesn't blow me away.
Mm-hmm.
But this is definitely a mascot you see on the field and you're like, damn, like, oh, that's cool. Like when you're in person with it, you're like, okay, I can live with that. Absolutely. So I've got Bruiser as a B. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't think that one is particularly close. Like I'm pretty comfortable with that one right there. All right, do we have the Red Raider up here next?
Yeah.
Okay, Raider Red. How do you feel about him?
I hate him.
You hate him?
Yeah.
Why?
He just looks like I don't know.
He's a knockoff of, what's that Looney Tunes?
Oh, Yosemite Sam?
Yeah. He's a knockoff Yosemite Sam. And he's ugly as shit. I think he's a C as well. Oh, actually.
You like him?
He might be a D. No, I don't like him. Oh. But again, a D sucks.
I gotta look at him more.
A D is like, you are awful and you should change your mascot.
No, he's not awful.
He's a C.
I kind of like him.
You like him?
Yeah, I kind of like him now.
You want it? Why? Because of the mustache?
He's got
He's got pistols.
He's kind of sick.
Kind of sick, really?
Whoa! That one's scary.
Like the Diablo version?
This one, yeah, that one's scary. I'm going to put him at... I kind of like him.
You want to put him at a B?
I kind of want to put him at a B.
Okay.
I kind of hated him, and now I kind of like him.
If you're listening back to this podcast and you're like, how the hell did Raider Red end up at B?
Yeah, this is why.
You can talk to Shane about that in the comments. Leave me out of it.
So everyone's saying Cosmo's legendary. Why is Cosmo legendary?
Yeah, chat. I am comfortable listening to changes here.
Yeah, I'll love please give us some. So Donald says BYU has to be S tier just based on the performances. He's like an actor.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He does a bunch of dances and shit.
Okay,
Cosmo might be B.
I think we can put him at S.
No way.
I totally forgot about that shit. I gotta pull up a video of him dancing and watch it on the side.
I can't. I was gonna say I'm gonna have to see him throw it back before we could put him in the S tier.
Cosmo the Cougar and the Cougaress. Like, come on.
No, it sounds dope.
That's
I think
vintage.
This is the one. There are some pretty historic ones that he's been able to do.
Yeah, because we also have to think about the performance art.
Do we? Is that what we're?
Oh my, yeah, he's S tier. He's S tier.
Okay, I can have to.
What do you mean? Do we have to think about the performance?
No, you're right.
The whole thing about being a mascot.
You're right.
Damn.
Cosmo can go to S. And look, this is why we have the chat helping us out here, because chat reminded us of this.
Plus, Brian says Cosmo saved my grandma from a wildfire. So, yeah, I don't want to read that part.
Okay. Okay. What do we have next on the list? We've got. Okay, so this isn't Ralphie.
No, this is Chip.
This is Chip. Chip is fucking adorable.
Chip's adorable. He's an A.
Yeah,
he's
I'm
not
comfortable.
an S, but he's an A. He's one of the cutest mascots I've ever seen.
Yeah, he is. He's just adorable. You remember Pac-12 basketball tournament, and they had them playing, all the mascots playing? Elite. Yeah, he is pretty fucking adorable.
We can go two different ways with the West Virginia mascot.
The Mountaineer?
He's a person. He's just a dude with a gun. What are we doing
The most West Virginia thing ever?
I mean, not right. Yeah, he's a Mountaineer. Okay. A+ job on being literal. That is a Mountaineer. That is a man with a rifle. Is that... This is tough because...
I don't think it's tough.
I think it is. Because I gave a B grade to a mascot that's a human in a mascot suit. What am I going to do with a real human that's a mascot that's not in a mascot suit? You know what I'm saying?
He might be in a mascot suit.
No, he's not, though. He's just wearing a fucking Davy Crockett thing, and he has a gun. He has a gun!
And then it doesn't count as a mascot to me if you're not wearing a costume.
So, okay. Mr. Fighting Irish.
I've never said I like the leprechaun.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think what the leprechaun, the dances and shit, part of the performance art.
Okay.
What does a Mountaineer do?
It shoots a gun. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I don't think I don't love the Mountaineer.
But I don't completely hate him. Let's put him at C.
Okay, I can live with that. I think there's gonna be a lot of Oklahoma State fans that are upset that Pistol Pete is down by himself.
Yeah. The Horned Frog I think is an A. I fucking love him.
I know which one you missed, and I'm pissed.
Which one?
You missed out Nitro.
Oh, I did, but I haven't. No, he's right there.
Where?
He's the third to last one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's right there.
Okay. I was gonna be so upset.
Let me know which one I missed because I can't seem to. We'll figure it out. I think the Horned Frog's an A.
Super Frog.
I think he's an A.
Okay, let me pull up so I could just get an idea of what he looks like.
I love him.
Yeah,
Super
he's
Frog?
Amazing. He might be an S because he's unique. He's a frog. He's a horned frog.
Oh shit. I don't think that's S tier, but I will definitely put him in the A tier. I think that is a phenomenal mascot.
Okay.
I think S tier has to be reserved for crazier performance like Cosmo the Cougar, or just like the most unbelievable mascot we've seen. Lindsay's trying to kill people out here with the soccer ball. So I will listen to the Super Frog going.
Go ahead and know that
S tier.
Oklahoma State mascot's in D right now. He's not missing.
Do you?
I think he's an A at least.
Yeah, I know. I'm comfortable with A for sure.
Okay.
We got
Cincy. That's who I forgot.
Okay, Cincy. That's the one.
We'll add it. We'll add it in post.
Wilbur and Wilma.
They're fine. They're not good. They're not bad.
Oh yeah, who is this?
Oh, that's that. Who is that?
That might be Cincinnati, no?
No. Who is that? Hold on.
UK? What do I see there?
Oh, that's Houston.
Oh,
that's
Shasta?
Houston. Yeah, that's Houston's mascots.
Oh, okay. I didn't love that mascot.
No, they're fine. They're C's.
They're C's.
I think they're C's, and so is Wilbur and Wilma. Like they're fine.
Oh god, that's fucking terrifying.
It's just a mountain lion. Like
no, I think Wilbur and Wilma are B. I think they're B mascots, to be honest with you.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I like Wilbur and Wilma.
Why?
I just do.
No.
The look of their costume
Chat.
versus...
I like their look better.
Oh, no. Those ones are scary.
No, the Houston Cougars are like all done up. They put makeup on.
Maybe that's
They
kind of
look
crush
great.
on Wilma, honestly.
That's crazy. That's insane.
What?
I was thinking about putting them in D.
What?
Yeah?
No.
Yeah?
Don't do my girl like that.
Dude, are you fucking being for real?
Yeah, what?
What are you wearing? What are you
We're
wearing?
talking about the mascots, man.
Yeah, a mascot of a school we hate.
Yeah, but this is unbiased.
Since when are you unbiased, Mr. Notre Dame?
Oh, what do you keep talking about, Mr. Notre Dame? I have never once been over here like go the Fighting Irish, like not a single time.
You just turned Swedish? Yeah. Go the Fighting Irish. Oh my goodness.
Wilbur and Wilma are B tier mascots, man. You seriously want to put them in C?
Yeah.
Okay, and in the chat, when everybody gets pissed, I'm telling them to come to you.
Jackson, are they a couple or like brother and sister? We don't know.
No, they're definitely not brothers.
I'm kidding.
Wilbur and Wilma?
I'm
Yeah.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay, Big J. How do you feel about Big J? B?
Wait, am I leaving them in C?
Yeah.
I feel like it's the average between your guys' opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big J is the
I like him. He's unique.
It looks like Toucan Sam.
Yeah, but a cool one.
B?
He's between B and A for me.
I'll put him in B.
Okay, we'll put him in B. The next one, Kill It With Fire, put it in D. Like, we are not cross-breeding humans and mascots. Put that shit in D right now.
Is this Willie?
The Kansas State mascot. Kill
Willie
it.
the Wildcat?
Kill it.
Yeah.
The worst thing ever.
I don't know why they do that.
It's terrible.
It's so ugly.
It is the worst.
Okay, Nitro is
You
S tier.
really like this
I
dude.
love Nitro. I think this might be my favorite mascot.
Why?
It's just dope as fuck. It takes being a knight and makes it like this is a gladiator, bro.
It's not. Because why isn't he why isn't he the UFC Trojan?
You telling me this isn't sick? This kicks the Trojans' ass.
I don't think it does. Why isn't Why isn't it just wearing armor? Why is it wearing poofy shit?
What do you mean poofy shit? This is a knight. This is what knights have.
No, why isn't it wearing armor like the Trojan does? Why does it have to be
because they're not the same kind of knight. This is not Trojan.
I know, but what I'm saying is the Trojan is a man with armor on. A knight is a man with armor on. Why is the knight just not a man with armor on? It'd be way cooler.
I disagree with you entirely.
Really?
Yeah. I think this is the coolest mascot I've ever fucking seen.
That's crazy.
What do you think,
Donald,
Leah?
my dog. He says this at the same time I did. He'd be cooler if he had real armor. Yes, Donald.
You know how heavy that would be?
I think he's fine. I don't think he's as
fine.
great
He's a
as
B.
you're making.
Whoa! No. From an S tier, he's got to be an A tier. He's got to be an A tier, bro.
Okay, wait.
You think he's an A?
I was going to put him in S.
Okay, you were going to put him in S, and what were you going to do, Shane?
I was going to put him in B, but there's no way he's an A.
How?
I was giving you B.
Rock, paper, scissors?
Sure. One time. Actually, no, let's let Leah decide.
Oh, this is bullshit.
Okay, wait, what's his name?
Nitro. Which also, great fucking name.
Okay, really, we'll put him in A. Because of the name. Because of the name alone.
There we go.
We'll put him in just because of the name alone. Nitro with a KN. It's awesome. Sparky's an S.
Yeah, he's an
dog.
He's an S tier. He's just a dog. Sparky's an absolute dog.
And then Cincinnati's mascot, I don't really like.
Let's see what Cincy's is, because we can always throw Cincy up.
It's fine, but it's just another
It's another cat. It's a C. It's a C, and it's a mid cat at that. I'm totally comfortable putting Cincinnati at C.
Yeah, Cincinnati will go at C, which we can add later.
Yeah, guys, we're gonna definitely post this on social media. Let us know what you guys think. Chris in the chat, poofy shit argument wasn't expected.
Yeah,
didn't see that coming.
Can we pull it up one more time and just go over for the chat?
So A tier or S tier, we have Sparky and Cosmo the Cougar. And then
let's go. That's fine. S tier we have Cosmo and Sparky.
B tier.
A tier.
Oh yeah, A tier.
Next A tier we have Chip, Nitro, and the Super Frog.
Yep.
B tier we have I can't see because it's so tiny.
We got B tier. We have Big J. We have Bruiser. And we have Red Raider.
Red Raider.
Raider Red. My bad.
Raider Red. C tier we have the Utah mascot, which is Swoop. We have the Mountaineer, which is just a dude with a gun. Again, just got to say that again. Just a dude with a gun.
Wilbur and Wilma. Cy the Cardinal.
Cy the Cardinal. Cy?
Yeah.
Hey, Iowa State. And then Houston.
Cyber Cyclone.
And then Houston. What's the Houston mascot's names?
Something stupid. Shasta.
Shasta. And then D tier, we have the most terrifying two things you would ever
Pistol
see.
Pistol Pete Willie the Wildcat.
And man who mated with a mascot.
Oh my God.
Terrifying.
Those two things wake me up at night, and I wake up screaming at the top of my lungs if I see Willie the Wildcat and Pistol Pete.
Chat, let us know what you guys think. Donald says pretty solid list. Yeah, thanks, guys.
Goodness,
Guy with a hat and guns need to be A+. Which one are we talking about? Are we talking about the Mountaineer? Because that is just a man with a gun. Like, it's not. I don't know. He's fine.
Sometimes these rankings force me into alcoholism. And look,
what?
Yeah, that's just what they do.
Take that back.
Okay, you're right. It doesn't force me into alcoholism.
It just makes you want to drink a really nice beer.
Well, honestly, just everything makes me want to do that. Like just the hot sun.
Yeah.
That makes me want to do that. Like standing out at practice. I could use a WOW. I could use a peach ale. I could use a trip to Four Peaks 8th Street Pub over in Tempe. Guys, maybe go over there yourself. Get yourself a WOW, a hazy, maybe a kilt lifter, some chicken tendies. They got it all over at Four Peaks 8th Street Pub. They've got a brew for you. And they've got some phenomenal food as well. Check out at Four Peaks Brewer, at Four Peaks Pub to keep up with the latest at Arizona's hometown brewery. You got to be 21 years or older to drink Four Peaks, and please drink responsibly.
Yummy, yummy, yummy in my tummy. Love a good Four Pizzle.
Anything else, Deef?
Cowboy dude, Brian says. That's who you're talking about? Dude, you see how big his head is? Are we talking? Which one are we talking about? Are we talking about Red the Raider?
It sounds like he's talking about Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pete is the most terrifying person I've ever seen.
Yeah, Glenn, hat and gun better than a tree. Yeah, Stanford wouldn't make the list.
Yeah, I feel like Pistol Pete, if you ripped off the head of the mascot, it would be his actual head and he would die. Like you would be ripping off a human's head. Like I don't think that's a mask. I think that man just lives like that. I think so.
Guys, that's going to do it for today's show.
If you've seen this man, he's armed and dangerous, please call the police.
Yeah, it's him and the Mountaineer have gotten together.
The Mountaineer doesn't seem dangerous.
He's got
like,
a gun!
Well, but he seems like he hunts
and he's
game.
from West Virginia!
No, he hunts game. He's not feral.
He hunts game?
Yeah, he hunts
What kind of game does he hunt?
Like deers and shit. The Pistol Pete's going to kill you. Pistol Pete is going to rob you. He's going to take all your money, and then he's going to kill you. Because he's a scary ass mascot.
If you enjoyed the content, guys, give us a follow at PHNX_Sun Devils. You can follow me at Anthony_Toach. You can follow Shane at Shane Deef.
Just looking over my shoulder to make sure Pistol Pete's not following me as always.
Before we get out of here, do what Bobby Hurley is asking. There's 46 of you in the chat and only 15 likes. Just hit that like button real quick on your way out, guys. We appreciate you as always. We'll be right back here Thursday at 2 p.m. with one of our friends who covers West Virginia, so you can ask him about the Mountaineer.
The man with a gun.
Absolutely. And guys, we'll see you tomorrow for Thirsty Thursday, but enjoy the rest of your hump day. Peace.